First of all, congratulations to Dan and Rogelio. Anyways, good job, Dan, for getting him out there. I mean, man, teach a man to fish. Way to go, Carlos. That's outstanding. Real quick, Tom, think bigger than 200,000. Don't be thinking 200,000. I don't know your situation, but up your numbers, dude. You can do that. And I mean, theoretically, that could be 2 phone calls. We know that the odds of that are slim, but up your expectations. As far as Gale goes, the guy's taking serious action. A guy, and I know I asked this guy if he had W-2s a while back, and he said no, he didn't. And he's a mutual friend of Gale's and mine. And Gale went to him, and turns out he had 45. And Gale got that. He drove over there and got that deal done. And then there's a guy up in Oklahoma, Mike and Cole Bailey Dodge. I've been working on Cole, not getting anywhere. He's up in Gale's neighborhood. Dale drove over, took Mike to lunch today. He'd gotten a deal from the bank yesterday talking about ERC. So the timing was perfect. He took him to lunch. Oh, and what he did, by the way, before he took him to lunch, he booked a call. So they went and ate lunch, came back, had the call together. And turns out that should be around 80 to 90 W-2s. I booked a call with the guy the other day, and he had 160 W-2s, and I followed up, and he didn't even take the call. And so I pulled out every stop in the book to get him back on the phone, and it wasn't going to happen. I answered all the objections, and he was polite enough. And I got to thinking about that call when I got done. And you know what I should have said and what I didn't say? I should have said, are you kidding me? I took the time to talk to you for 10 or 15 minutes. You gave me a verbal commitment to take the call. You had a call with the president of the company, of a company that's recovered $5+ billion for 40,000 business. He carved out 15 minutes of his day to talk to you. And you didn't even take the call because you talked to your accountant. Are you serious? You didn't even take the call. And that's what I should have said at the end of that thing. Maybe at the beginning, maybe at the middle, but we got nothing to lose. And think about this. If somebody tells you they're going to get on now, if something would have come up, but that's the mindset we got to have right there. And it hit me like a bolt of lightning afterwards. And man, I tell you, I should have pulled out all the stops. I don't think he'd have done it anyways, but it might have jogged him, and he might have, I don't know. Anyways, think about that, guys, because I'm telling you, that's what I should have said.
You could call him back and say, I'm kind of frustrated and aggravated. I've been thinking about our situation, and I just need you to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him.
I might do it.
It's worth it.
I might do it. Yeah, I might do it. And then here's a real good. I've been trying to do as much, and I'm sorry to take up a bunch of time, but this is good stuff. And so because these accountants are they're our nemesis, but they've also created a great opportunity for us because they've told all these people they don't qualify. So they're out there for us to go and educate. But one great way on the call, when you're booking the call and you're doing some discovery, say to them this. You probably have the best accountant in the whole state of Kentucky, huh? And they'll either say, yeah, we do, I do. Or they'll say, no, I can't stand the guy. He overcharges me, won't ever call me back. And he didn't even tell me about this. So by that statement, they'll tell you where they stand with their accountant. If they throw him under the bus, you got an opening. And if they don't, and they say, yeah, we really, say, and so here's where the empathy comes in. You got to see it from their point of view. You got to say, okay, listen, this guy wants you. He's got your best interest at heart, right? Jason Bombasset told us, no matter what you do, if you talk about an accountant, mention the word time. So say, unfortunately, these guys just don't have time to keep. And I did this with a lawyer today. He's maybe the number one DUI attorney in the state of Texas. And he said, no, my accountants, he's a big deal and bigger than the anchor man. And he said, no, we don't qualify, and most people don't. And he kind of got to knowing more about it than me. I said, well, are you aware of all the updates? And without throwing his accountants under the bus, I didn't even mention him because he brought him up. So anyways, got a call booked on that, telling him that there have been amendments to it. But you probably have the best accountant in Kentucky. Yeah, we do. Well, here comes the empathy. I know good and well that you want to maintain a great working relationship with your accountant. And I know that he's doing the best for you that he can. Unfortunately, most accountants do not have time to keep up with all these amendments. You mentioned time. Say they don't have, and you go from there. And then you say, well, in light of all the new amendments, blah, 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 would you be opposed to a 5 or 10 minute discovery? And then I'm going to do this. I've done it a couple of times, but once you set the stage and you have this conversation, say, and this is a yes question, which I'm kind of opposed to a yes question, but I say, hey, can you do me a favor? Because we've already had this conversation. Say, yeah, what's that? Please do not talk to your accountant until you have this phone call, because we've already gone through all this. I'm going to take a spot. I'm going to take 15 minutes of some guy's time. Please do not talk to your accountant until after you've had this phone call. And then another thing, when you're talking to people, don't say, I want. There is a better way to say anything that I want. I wanted to reach out to you. Don't say that. Say, I'm reaching out to you. Say you as many times as you can when you're talking to people, and don't ever say, I want. So, and Carrie Sue Smith has been killing it. I don't know if she's going to be able to get on here or not, but she's on the call tonight. Okay, I'm out.